What's going on, guys? Okay, so today I'm going to talk about a few stocks that we're watching for next week. I'm not going to make any claims about stocks running or being ready to run, but I will just put these stocks on your watch list for educational purposes only. The market has been hot lately, and we are seeing a lot of biotechs, penny stocks, and China's running. So pennies, when I talk about pennies, I'm talking about stocks that are under 40 cents, under 50 cents, right? Even under 60 cents, that are trading relatively cheap. They've been beat down for a while, consolidating for a long time. We can look at QNGY, for example. This was a really nice run. We caught this one pretty much the day of. I think they put out news right in the morning, but we were buying in right in the morning here, and boom, it got news. So this was a nice little run, but this is just an example of one penny that was in a really drawn out stage of consolidation, and it pretty much had no choice but to run here. So you can look at some other pennies. Let's look at Spcb. This is another one that's definitely on watch. It looks like it's trying to turn bullish here. We've got a nice bullish PSR. 10 Zen mentioned this one to me, so I thought I'd throw it on the watch list. Definitely keep an eye on it, especially if cybersecurity plays take off again. This is going to be one of those stocks that'll probably get hit. I think in the cyberspace, a lot of the pennies are starting to heat up. You can also look at GFAI, which is a stock I have a position on. And again, this is just my opinion, right? But it appears that we are trying to turn bullish here. We've got our positive DI line crossing over the ADX and kind of plateauing just below the negative DI line, trying to turn bullish. And then we've got a nice candle forming here. It looks like an inside bar setup to me. And the next candle may be a pop, in my opinion. The pop may make it to 35 cents to 33 cents or higher. We could even see 40 cents on this play, I think, or higher than that. But I like what I'm seeing in terms of GFAI and just the general space of cybersecurity plays. So look at IRNT, another one that appears to be setting up a cyber stock. We can look at Cern, another one that is kind of consolidating. It got beat down a little bit there. Might have a pop out of this area. What was the other ones I was looking at here? I made a list for everybody here so I can remember and so other people can remember. So I'll go back to that. Yeah, so GFAI, DGLY is already kind of starting to perk up. I really like DTST as well. This one is quite undervalued in my opinion. I did a little bit of fundamental analysis on this stock. I'd say it's worth around 350. We could see that level tap again. Yeah, this one is definitely setting up and quite clearly setting up. You can see that positive DI line well above your negative DI line. Definitely in a bullish formation here. Had a really nice hammer candle here, and then it started to kind of push up, and now it's starting to make a move. This definitely has potential to hit $3.50 or higher. So yeah, definitely we're seeing the space kind of heat up here. I think my top pick for a penny stock cybersecurity play would have to be GFAI. Just the way it's setting up here is very bullish on the 4-hour and on the daily. I really like what I'm seeing with these higher lows. Got our positive DI line above our negative DI line. Definitely in a bullish formation. We're going to have to see how this sets up as well. The techs are curling up. Our positive DI line is bullish right now. It would just need some volume or some news to really run or squeeze, I think. But yeah, I really like how this one's setting up. We're going to have to see how this plays out. But yeah, definitely cyber plays are setting up. This one's in a nice formation, making a nice uptrend. Yeah, so really like the setup. In terms of biotech pennies, I am eyeing some Agtc. I've already got a position here at 0.38, which seems to be a pretty decent average, a pretty decent level of support. If it falls below that, I would look for 37.5 to 37. See if that holds. I'd be buying there as well. But yeah, this one is definitely setting up. It's one of those stocks that's just really bottomed out. It appears to have turned bullish on the 4-hour in after hours on Friday. And our positive DI line is still well above our negative DI line. It appears to be turning even more bullish here. So I would definitely keep Agtc on high watch for a bigger move. My PT here is anywhere in the range between 45 cents to 50 cents or higher. Potentially 60 cents if they put out news or if they put out some positive catalyst. They do have some conferences coming up this month. I think it's like 7th, 8th, and 17th of this month. You'd have to kind of double check that, but I'm trading based on the chart. To me, the chart is very bottomed out, so this is a great setup in my opinion. Definitely going to be buying dips. It does appear to have turned more bullish in after hours on Friday. So we'll have to see how this sets up, if it gets volume, if there's, some sort of news that comes out. And then, so this is definitely one of my favorite biotech penny setups. They're sitting on a lot of cash too, and they've been just, overdone with the drop here, in my opinion. Okay, so moving on to CTIB. This one, I've been holding for a long time from 70 cents. So I'm just kind of sitting and waiting here. I don't really want to make any crazy comments or, speculation around it. I just think, it's setting up really nicely and making those higher lows. So I'm just going to continue to watch the trend. I'm not going to say, oh, my PT's $10. I'm not going to, exaggerate or pump this thing. But I like how it's setting up, and it's definitely had nice moves in the past. From bottom, you can see the bottom here would have to be 67 cents, which it tapped really nicely there. And then on the monthly, really nice pattern, double bottom pattern here. Definitely needs a push back up, in my opinion. I would like to see it over one. I'm not going to say it's going to go over three, over $1, and then we'll see what happens with this one. We'll talk about, maybe where this could go after it breaks over $1. But yeah, I like how it's setting up here. It's definitely got a ton of room to run, so it does have the potential to hit $3, $2.50, potentially higher than that. So yeah, I've been talking about this one for a long time. If you're not loaded up, I don't know. Keep it on watch if you're, set some volume alerts if you're interested. But okay, and then moving on to Bond, I alerted this one at what, $1.58. This is pretty much a perfect alert. Yeah, I think it was right about here at $1.60, right where this PSAR was starting to form on 2-hour and 4-hour. So this is really where we were buying, and really easy trade. If we look at the financials here, earnings per share 0.58, return on equity 27%. It's very undervalued, very good Piotrowski F score. Anything above 7 or 6 is very strong. And then, if you look at their last earnings report, it's really solid. They got a book value of $3.50. They have a gram number of $6.50, and then their DCF valuation fair value would be $14, or roughly $14. So I would really value Bond between like $6 and $14, and it's trading at like low twos right now. So there's definitely a lot of opportunity for this one to run over the coming weeks and months, in my opinion. I think it's going to be an incredible run this year for Bond, just because they've been putting in a lot of work behind the scenes, and no one's really talking about the stock yet. So I'm really excited about it. Again, I'm loaded at $1.58, and I'm sitting on a larger position. And yeah, I'm really excited. I'm looking for a 100% move on this at least. So we're gonna have to see how this sets up, but it's definitely looking very close to a bigger move. We're already up about 35% on it. But yeah, I think it can go a lot higher. And bullish PSAR here still forming. If you look at our positive DI line, it hasn't even really crossed over yet. It's just about to cross over. So I think the next candle, the next 3 candles are going to be really telling here. It's just about to cross over and turn bullish here in a longer, or at least an intermediate time frame. But yeah, if you look at that positive DI right there, trying to cross over here, that looks beautiful here. So in my opinion, I think we'll have a bigger move, and looking forward to it. What else? I called IBDA a bit ago. I think it was at like $1.20. Made a little move there. I think this one can go a little bit higher. We'll have to see how this sets up. It's definitely making some nice higher lows though. Kind of reminds me of Sober, SOBR. This is another one we caught. I alerted this in the Discord multiple times. So the range we were buying was 95 cents to 90 cents. Found a nice support level there at 90 cents off the bottom Bollinger Bands. And then, it just had a really nice move with all those IPO plays starting to take off. This one had a massive move to $2 from 90 cents. So over 100% alert. So I hope people made money on this. I hope you sold it on the pop, honestly, because yeah, I don't know how it's going to trade after that, because you just don't know. There's definitely a lot of selling after. So yeah, I hope people took some profits there. It was a 100% move, over 100% move. So yeah. What else? Yeah, I think that's about it for now. I really like GFAI. I think GFAI will have a really big move. It's just I'm trying to keep my expectations low just in case the market decides to turn the other way. So, I'm sitting at a 28-cent average, so I cannot complain where I'm at right now. I'm not trying to pump the stock or anything, but it's been getting some massive loads here. If you just look at the tape and look at the volume, it's been just getting a ton of volume lately. Definitely being accumulated in a nice accumulation phase here, so it's definitely setting up. I love the hourly and the 4-hour right now. Really bullish. The hourly still has our PSAR, or sorry, so our 2-hour has that PSAR going. Nice higher lows, good accumulation. So I think there's something coming here. Maybe acquisition news. Maybe there's some PR coming, but it's definitely all over my bottom scans. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this make a move again to that top Bollinger Band, 40 cents, and then we can talk about if it's going to go higher than that, depending on the volume and the tape. But it's possible they run this over 1 again. I think they had a good time the last time. I mean, that was such a nice trend. They just ripped it right over $1, and they just did not stop until it hit $2. Unfortunately, they couldn't hold it above $1 for very long. And then they lowered the warrant exercise price from like $1.15 to, I think it was like 25 cents, and that's why this stock dropped. So we'll have to see if they're gonna pump this up again. But it's either they do a reverse split or they just pump it up over $1 again. So that's how I'm looking at this one. So we'll have to see how it trades, and if the penny space and the cybersecurity space make some moves next week. It's definitely setting up really nicely here. I talked about our DI lines, right? It's just I want to see the tape form, and then I also want to see the sector heat up again. I think pennies are already hot, so this one definitely has a chance to make a bigger move. And I think management is probably thinking about like, oh, maybe we should put out some news at some point soon because the market is hot. We should do it now and not wait. But that would be a smart move on their part, I think, if you're listening. But yeah, so those are the main stocks I'm watching right now. Yeah, I'm looking forward to next week. So, all right, guys, have a good rest of your day.